Good evening. Welcome to Omen Month on Soundtracks with Birdman and Age Boomer. How is everyone tonight? Happy early Halloween, the month of Halloween. The best month ever because it's Halloween, it's candy, and it's my birthday this month. So, how are you, Age Boomer?
I'm doing good. I got myself a mucho mango here.
Ooh, I have a Costco lemonade.
Oh, that looks nice, actually. Is that blue? What
Yeah.
is that?
No,
It's
it's
blue?
like no, it's lemonade color. That's just the light from the tablet down below.
I bet if you made blue lemonade, you actually they already have blue lemonade. Never mind.
I think they do.
Okay, but yeah, it's interesting. The Blu-ray of this has a interview with composer Christopher Young. Do you know him?
Yeah, I mean not personally,
No, but
but
you know
I
of
know
him.
it.
He was saying how back in the day being a listener to soundtracks was hard. Sometimes you'd have to bring your tape recorder into the movie theater and record the music there. Okay, and he
Fully
got really
understand.
he was got angry. I don't want to hear this. You can't enjoy the soundtrack without the movie. Yes, you can. He was getting all. So he sounds like
I,
someone after your own heart. Yeah.
I only knew this movie from the soundtrack up until this week. When I watched it for the show, and it wasn't as scary. I don't really think this is a scary movie. I think it's a suspenseful movie.
You
I
don't think
think
it's scary?
I don't think it's
When,
scary.
when did
No,
you when did you see it? When did you watch it?
this week.
So you don't find it scary, huh?
No, I don't
Interesting.
find. I find it suspenseful and thrilling,
It's a thriller, huh?
thriller,
Yeah.
and
So you
maybe
see that? Yeah. Okay.
if you like rework the tone a little bit, it could be like a comedy of errors.
No, that's the final conflict. That's part three. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Okay, we all love it. But yeah, no, I had not actually grown up watching this movie. This was one I didn't get until it came out on DVD in the special edition, and from Fox. Back when Fox would do their super special editions, and they
Yeah.
were. But give me 1 second. I'm just texting. All right, but anyway,
Hmm. Well, Zootopia says this is scary.
I think it's a scary movie.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into it in a little bit. I don't know. Now, what do you think the horror of this movie is? Okay, you think it's because it's like this little kid, right? Damien.
Damien. Yeah. I mean, who would name their child Damien?
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I was watching an interview with the screenwriter and he was like, "Well, Damien isn't necessarily like an evil name. It's like there was Father Damien was in The Exorcist. That's kind of where he got it from. But there's also a famous priest whose name was Damien. Okay, so it's not necessarily. I mean, it sounds like demon, but I don't know if that was necessarily the confrontation. You know what the name of the child in Rosemary's Baby was named?
Rosemary?
No, Adrian.
Adrian. Okay.
She didn't have a girl.
Okay.
I don't like that movie anyway, though. But who else is in the house tonight? Team Ghost Planet, cool. Okay.
Hmm.
Super Smash Brothers will have Kingdom Hearts Sora. I hope you and Troy talk about it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not really into Smash Bros.
Hey, Boomer. Boomer.
Yes.
Boomer. What are you doing June
What?
19th next year?
I don't know. Why? What's going on June 19th?
John Williams is conducting in Milan. It's like this other city in like another country.
Oh, I don't know yet. I was hoping you'd say he was doing a concert in Orlando.
Yeah. I mean,
Milan. That's in France, correct?
I think it's in Italy.
Oh, Italy.
I hear
Oh.
they have food in Italy.
I like the food in Italy. I've never been to Italy,
Okay.
but I've always been meaning to go. You thinking about going to Milan, Mr. Heron?
Do you want to go? We can
I
start working towards it.
I don't know. I can't make a commitment at this point, but
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
what, I'll
understand.
think about it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Milan, of course. That's where all the horrible things happen in those Palazzo Teco movies.
Okay.
Ah,
We should have like a channel field trip.
we
Um,
should do a Fit Channel field trip to Milan. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Boomer, get out your American Express black card and make it happen.
I don't even have a passport yet, so I think I'd have to get one of those, huh?
You would.
I should actually do that now that no one's leaving anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Hey, are we allowed to leave the country right now, or is that like
It depends
a
what
thing?
country you're going to.
What?
I mean, it depends what country you're trying to go
Oh,
to.
I see. So I can't go to certain countries. Okay.
Correct.
But this
Correct.
movie
Correct.
starts out. Does it start out in Italy? I think.
It does. Starts out in
Yes.
Rome. Yeah. And yeah, let's welcome the chat real fast. Team Ghost Planet 2.0. That's a fancy name, but I know who you are. And Zootopia's in the chat. So welcome to both of y'all. What were y'all's memories of this movie, people in the chat? Let me know.
What was my memories of this movie? Oh, you're talking to the chat. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, you can tell me too, Boomer. What's your
Well,
memory of this
Troy's
movie?
like he must have had a D&D game. He's a big fan of this one. But let's see though. What do I like? I told you I got this out on DVD, and I'd never seen it before. I do remember Joe Bob Briggs talking about this movie quite a bit. He got into big trouble on his Monster Vision channel because when he was laying off the things you'd see in the movie, one of them was called Priest on a Stick. You know, instead
Okay.
of like being on a stick. And he said that this Catholic woman wrote in to complain to the network, and he said it's always the Catholics and it's always the Baptists. They're the ones always writing in the network complaining about me. And he says, and the Baptists are always writing and saying they want to save me. And he goes, they don't know. I've already been saved. I'm a Baptist. I was raised a Baptist. And he's getting all upset. And he's on the air. And I don't know. It's funny. Like there's a scene in Phantasm 2 where like there's a priest character in it, even though it has nothing really to do with religion, that movie. But he's like, this one of them Catholic movies, isn't it? I'm going to get into trouble, aren't I, if I talk about it? I don't know, though. I think the Antichrist is non-denominational, don't you think? Though he don't care. He's just gonna kill everybody, right? Is that what I get from this movie?
I mean, we'll find out as we watch the other movies.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here though. No, but The Omen is not something I grew up with. Neither was The Exorcist. I tend to stay away from I guess I call them the religious themed horror films, or just call them the Satan films. Okay. And I started to look at them as kind of a lark, but The Omen's got panache. Okay. Like Rosemary's Baby. I don't like that one at all. And I remember we had originally planned that we were going to do some different ones, but then Troy and then had to do Amityville. So I was like, why don't we just do all the Omen movies instead of just doing different movies in like the same vein? Like Amityville Horror is another one of these. It's just, but the Omen, it's got some panache. What do you think, huh? Bit more class. Maybe it's Gregory Peck, Richard Donner directing.
It felt like a classy film. Yeah, Richard Donner directed it. You know, he don't do junk. So,
do you know they were talking about having Charles Bronson in the lead originally?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Can you imagine him going up against like some of the apostate of hell, and he just would have brought out his Wilby Magnum and taken care of business, right? I mean, I'm sorry, or Wildy Magnum, I should say. Okay. Scariest movies of all time. No, a lot of people. I've talked to people on The Exorcist like that aren't even religious. They can't watch that movie. It freaks them out. I don't know. Maybe it was getting to something there. I don't know. But I'm trying to think what's the scariest movie I've ever seen. I don't know. I watched Audition recently. That was pretty freaky. But I know you're not necessarily a big fan of the horror movies, are you, Daniel? But you like this one,
I'm
all right,
not.
though?
I like it fun. I don't see it as a horror movie.
You see it as a thriller. That's what Hollywood would do. They'd say, if something was too classy to be a horror movie, they call it a thriller. Okay, it's like Silence of the Lambs. Oh, that's not a horror movie; it's a thriller. Granted, it's got a guy, sitting in a cell that eats people, and another guy that wears the skins of other. It's not a horror movie though. It's a thriller. Okay, yeah, because a horror movie can't win Best Picture, but a thriller can. But let's see here though. Good Blu-ray set though. Those of you who like the Blu-ray, Scream Factory put it out a little while ago. Not bad. The original DVD though that Fox put out was pretty good too. No complaints there. It was one of those things where they have like the spine label would have a number on it, and yeah. know. And like you're supposed to collect them all. Like Predator was in that numbered line. You could have Predator and the Omen in your set. You know Predator with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then.
I've seen it once or twice.
Yeah. What about the score? Talk to me a little bit about the score. You sent me a copy of it. Was that was
I sent you 1 and 2.
I've 1 and 2, yes, but we're talking about
Yeah.
1 tonight. And I noticed that there's a track on here called number 20, The Piper Dreams, sung by Carol Goldsmith. Who is Carol Goldsmith?
That's Jerry Goldsmith's wife. And interesting story behind that. They didn't have a lot of money to spend on the score, and Goldsmith was having trouble finding choirs to do the material for whatever reason. No one wanted to do it. And his wife was in the recording studio one day, and she was just playing the music out on the piano, and she was singing it. And Goldsmith just looked at the producer and he says, like, "Hey, record this." And they recorded it and they used it.
Ha!
And she didn't know it was going to happen until it happened. So.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know his wife was musically inclined.
You know, I think if you're married to like someone like that, they probably don't marry people who aren't. I'm just kind of guessing, you know.
I mean, even if she just did it as a hobby, I don't know if she was a careerist or not, that sort of thing. But that's impressive. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is his only score that won to win Best Picture, best score for the year, right? That he only Oscar ever won, right?
The only Oscar he ever won. That's correct. He did over 200 films. It's the only Oscar he got.
That's kind of odd to me. Was that this is the only one? I don't know.
I don't think Alex North ever got an Academy Award. Thomas Newman's never got an Academy Award. So I mean, he lost to John Williams a lot.
Boo!
I mean, what?
I like
ban you from my life. Yeah,
yes, I know.
But yeah. When Goldsmith saw the first cut of or like a rough cut of the film, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do this picture. I'm thinking about doing something like a choir." And he said he went back home to the States, and he forgot all about it. And then he flew back to start scoring the film. And the producer was like, "So about this choir thing, tell me about it." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm working on it." So he completely forgot what his initial plans were, and he kind of scrambled there. But it worked out well for him. I think the score is more frightening than the film to me.
Well, the score, I don't know if this could work as well without a good score. Can you imagine a substitute score here? Like, I don't know.
Kind of hard to.
Like the Halloween score. Could we play this movie with the Halloween score, the John Carpenter one?
I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. But no, I'm a big fan of this movie. I like the sequel, singular sequel, not necessarily the third sequel, but we will maybe get to that one because it is a important score, and then I guess we could do.
What about the fourth one?
I have to watch it. It's included in the set. It was made for TV, which, okay. I don't know if the Antichrist is a little girl in that one. I don't know.
I think that's what I read. It was a Canadian
they switched
production.
genders because the devil's like, yeah, we've actually tried this 50 times before. It never takes. We're going to try it again. Now we'll make it. I don't know. At that point, I'm just rolling my eyes. They completely failed. And then we get a remake, which should be an interesting rewatch in of itself because of how well we'll get to it. Have you seen the remake yet?
No.
Okay. No. All right, cool. Yeah, when do you want to start? You want to start now?
We'll start now.
Right. I like this movie. All right, we're gonna do a 3, 2, 1.
Well, yeah, let me do my security code.
So how'd you get this? You get it off Google Glass?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. Okay, I was looking.
It's on YouTube for free. The entire film is on YouTube for free.
What?
Yes.
Somebody put it up there illegally.
Well, what's illegal?
What's legal and illegal? Yeah, I remember being horrified back in the early days of YouTube, but I was a big fan of those Dragon Dynasty movies put out by the Weinstein Company before we knew
Okay.
about Mr. Weinstein. But they
Moving
released all
on.
these. Okay, well, whatever. I was gonna say all of Seven Swords was on YouTube, and I'm like, that's kind of illegal. That shouldn't all be on there. You know?
Yeah, as long as you're not making money off of it.
Sue,
YouTube's making money off of it. Think
yeah,
about it
Sue,
that way.
yeah, some guys making money off it. Wasn't the director Sue Ark? That had
Okay,
a
you
good
ready?
score too. All right,
You
ready?
ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, play. And we don't have the 20th Century Fox fanfare.
No, it's silent.
It's staticky on my end.
Is this like it's staticky? Can you not? Oh, I get it, but yeah. I love the closed caption. Ominous music. You think? Sing in Latin. This is like a satanic hymn. This whole intro thing.
It
I
is.
don't like it. You got the little boy, the shadow, upside down cross. This is not good. I'm scared already. The movie hasn't even started yet. This is like this. Good cast. Very good cast in this movie. Patrick Troughton. Doctor Who fans out there will recognize him as the second Doctor. I think he was also in one of the Sinbad movies. I think Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. I believe he was in that. A good British actor. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah, see? How important was that? You'd pay attention when you're listening to this. Who's the guy that wrote the score?
He did not get the conducting assignment on this, though.
He didn't?
Did not.
Yeah,
He
David.
said in his Academy Award acceptance speech, he said, I forgot the guy's name, but he said, thank you, so and so, who conducted. And I was like, okay, that's weird.
Huh. Now, I was talking to Troy, that the guy that wrote the screenplay, it was interesting. He was a born again Christian, but I was wrong. It was the producer that pitched the idea. He was the born again Christian. And then I think it was David Seltzer wrote the screenplay. He's the one that touched up Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know, the screenplay
Now,
for
that
that.
movie's kind of freaky.
When I think Roald Dahl went in there with his screenplay, and there was a fight and papers flying, and I don't know. So I think he was brought in to finish what Roald Dahl had started. I don't know. And then then they said, hey, can you write this movie about the devil baby? And he's like, of course. And he's like, and he basically said he was faking it till he made it. He's like, I'd only directed some documentaries. I hadn't actually written a screenplay, or I think he did the one for the Willy Wonka. And he's like, okay. So he basically just got like many different Bibles and started reading about the end times and was kind of grafting a lot of the stuff from that. And this is really sad, right? Huh?
Yeah. Okay, so
What?
it's June. It's June in Italy, and he's wearing a top coat.
Well, you know, back then men would wear their top coats if it was the middle of August. Okay, come on.
It's a pretty
not like
boss top coat.
today. Maybe they were having a cold spell. Okay,
Maybe so.
Maybe it was cold on this night in particular.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
At 6 o'clock in the morning, it was freezing.
Okay.
Maybe because, that's an omen of things to come. I don't know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. It's Gregory Peck. We want him in the overcoat. Okay.
Now, I mean, I've never been a woman and I've never had a baby, but I would think if I was a woman and I had a baby and then you gave me another baby that wasn't my baby, I think I'd kind of be able to tell, don't you?
Okay. I understand your point. I think the priest even says, and if I may add, remarkable likeness. I suspect this swap out baby, this Damien, actually does look like what the Thorn baby would have looked like. Okay.
Okay.
I suspect this is like using. I don't ask me how the means happen. Oh yeah, big spoiler. There is a conspiracy here. Okay. And I suspect that this baby that came from, who we found out later on, actually does look like the Thorn baby. Okay,
So he
That's
was
my
born of a
suspicion.
jackal? Did I understand that correctly? His mom was a jackal?
Yes, and I didn't understand it when I first saw it because Patrick Troughton says this, his mother was on, and I'm like, oh, what did he say? You know, it's like, ooh, and it's like, and you find out in like the sequel when the biologist is looking at the DNA, hey, this ain't right, jackal. Oh,
Cool.
you'll see that in the sequel. I'm not gonna spoil any
Who's his,
more of that.
who's his dad?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh,
Who's
that's
his dad?
right.
You know who's his
Yeah,
dad
sorry.
is?
Duh.
It's the Prince of
Sorry.
Lies. Okay,
Sorry.
it's the Dark Lord. Okay, you know Satan. You know the devil.
Okay.
I'm
Hey,
assuming. Okay.
I'm going to turn my camera off for like 1 second. I got to move to the bedroom because a thunderstorm just came in. So
Okay. Move to the bedroom.
I'll be right back.
Kind of creepy. There's a thunderstorm going on.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Thank you, Boomer.
I don't know. In this movie, when a storm happens, someone gets impaled. I'm just saying.
Okay, if I get impaled on the way to the bedroom, I'm going to...
Okay, all right. I didn't know you were still live. I know you were listening in. Okay.
Got the microphone on.
All right, here. So I feel real bad. We actually like this couple. I feel they do not deserve what they're about to go through in this movie. But you know,
And her hair looks phenomenal for just giving birth.
yeah. Well, you know, they have beauticians there at the. You get priests and beauticians at the Italian hospitals. Okay. I don't know.
We need that in America. That's what I call healthcare.
We don't get anything here. We get different chips at Panera Bread now because reasons. Okay, supply chain. We get supply chain problems here. Okay. But anyway, he's dressed to the nines in this. That's a sharp suit. Okay, I want that suit. But yeah. So they swap out the kid. Okay. Look, sorry your son died. Here's a kid that looks exactly like him, and just take this kid instead. Of course, I would argue if the kid looked exactly like him, then they wouldn't even have needed to. They could just switch them out regardless, right? Right?
Yeah.
Why do they have to tell them?
That's a good point.
I don't want to think about this. Okay, I'm thinking too much. Okay. See, they weren't thinking ahead. I got to tell you, the satanic conspiracy, they think they're smart. They're not the swiftest bunch, though. Okay, as we'll learn as this movie goes on. Okay, yeah, maybe this was a bad idea. Later on, but it's too late.
Hello, Big Al and Chris P. How are y'all tonight?
Hello. Good evening, Chris P. Good evening, Big Al. Okay. You like this movie, Al? This is spooky. I don't like it. This is a nice British manor house, right? Only the best for the ambassador from the United States, whose best friend is the president. And if you're asking the president,
United States,
yeah, I know the president of what? The United States. Oh man. So his old college roommate. So he's got connections, and he's got millions apparently because we learn more about the family fortune in the sequel. But what it's actually they're heavily invested in some stuff. Yeah, but do you like
Omen? Interesting.
Gregory Peck? What is he? The solid face of American fortitude, isn't that what he's called? Okay. Atticus Finch, remember? And
he took a pay cut to do this movie. He took a $250,000 pay cut, but he got 10% of the grosses. So he made
bank.
$6.9 million off of that deal.
He made bank. Good on him for starring in this. Who else were they thinking of casting? That actor whose name I always forget, who's in the Hammer movies.
Charles Bronson?
Not Charles Bronson. There was another guy. Hold on. Now I got to look up Curse of the Werewolf, find out who starred in it. Hold on. He was in Gladiator too.
Now listen to this love theme. This is very pretty.
It is, and it makes
lovely music in this film.
Okay, yeah, they were also thinking about Oliver Reed. I think Oliver Reed could have worked too. Might have been a very. I think he might have given a more sinister performance though. But I could have seen Oliver Reed in that role too. But no Charles Bronson though. No, please. You saw Charles Bronson's pained expressions in Death Wish, right? I don't see that in this. Okay. That woman who's the nanny, that is Holly Palance. That is Jack Palance's daughter.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
She was up for the she had auditioned for Lois Lane for the Superman movie, but lost to Margot Kidder. But you can actually on one of the Superman Blu-rays, you can see her audition with the screen testing with Christopher Reeve.
Cool.
I like this couple, okay? Granted, I don't know how old Gregory Peck is in this, but, whatever. It's Gregory Peck.
Did you hear his son committed suicide right before filming started?
That's terrifying. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that's tragic. Okay.
And then his plane got struck by lightning en route to London to film it.
Interesting. Is this one of these cursed movies you hear about? I don't know.
And then, but wait, there's more. 2 other people associated with the film, their planes got struck by lightning en route to London.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying. And now we have the family photos. Okay, this is a montage sequence. I think it works with the photos. What do you think, huh?
Yeah.
He's in the cowboy. Everything seems normal. Oh no, birthday party.
Cricket.
What do you do when you're a rich kid? You get a party with clowns,
Carousels.
and carousels. Are you kidding me?
Didn't you have carousels at your birthday parties?
No, we went to a miniature golf course once, though.
Well, you did grow up in New Jersey.
Yes. Bite. Do you know the difference between a carousel and a merry-go-round?
Carousels have horses.
Carousels have music. Merry-go-rounds do not. That's what I believe, at least. Who knows? I could be wrong. Look at that. He took a big bite out of the cake. It's your day. Come on, smile. Holly.
And that's Jack Palance's daughter.
Yep. It's interesting if you watch her screen test with Christopher Reeve. I'm not saying her Lois Lane wasn't bad, but her Lois Lane felt like a throwback to like a 1930s, 1940s era Lois. Whereas I think Margot Kidder gave a more of a modern take on the character. So that's probably why they went with Margot Kidder. Okay, that's a Rottweiler. You like Rottweilers?
Yeah, they're fine dogs. I've got nothing against Rottweilers.
Yeah. I think they were thinking about pit bulls, but they couldn't get them. And what's the other one? Dobermans?
Dobermans.
And then they ended up doing Rottweilers. I think that's
Dobermans. I cannot read a Doberman. Doberman's like is one of the rare dogs that I'm just kind of like, you stay over there, I'll stay over here.
They might have wanted
other dog. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Doberman.
I want Donner might have wanted Dobermans originally, and he couldn't get them, so he went with Rottweilers. But look at this, man. Damien's fine, Okay, freaking out. This was not. This is a scary scene. Okay,
doesn't this happen at everyone's birthday parties?
Oh,
though?
Stop it!
Oh, and did he make her do that? Is that why?
A bad force, I think, had her have her do that. Probably, I don't know if it was the devil dog, or if it was I don't know. Is it Damien right doing it?
Clown?
No, the clown actually doesn't look too pleased. Okay, he's like, Mr. Thorne is thinking, how much is that window going to cost to replace? I'm kidding. I'm being rude.
Just a window. He can't afford a window. I feel sorry for him.
Oh man. Okay, so that's a horrible thing that just happened. I believe it was some kind of satanic influence. I don't think she did that of her own free will. Is it the kid? Is it something else? I don't know.
That's a good looking dog, by the way.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's waving at the dog.
Mallory and Olive and Cricket are wrestling on my bed. So
what?
Yeah.
They hear the dog. They probably know their dogs in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Three planes struck by lightning. I'm telling you, certain movies. I heard when they were filming the Amityville Horror that James Brolin's sandwich fell in his lap at the catering table.
Hmm.
You know.
There's more stories. There's more stories. They were going to go up and get some aerial photos of London one day, and they got bombed from the plane they were supposed to go up on and got rescheduled. And the plane that went up crashed and killed 6 people.
6 people?
6 people died in that crash.
I'm telling you, I don't know. This is freaking me out a little bit. Do we have the? Go ahead.
And Mr. Atticus Finch took a bunch of the cast and crew to a restaurant that got bombed by the IRA. Same day.
After they had left?
While they were there.
Did people survive that bombing?
Yeah, I mean, some people died, but
that's horrifying.
No one from the film died, but in all honesty, they were bombing a lot of places in London back at that point in time.
No, I know, but still, that's freaking me out.
And the creepiest thing, the guy that plays the photographer who gets his head chopped off by the cart,
David Warner.
Yes, he was working on another film, and he was out one night with, I think it was a production assistant, and there was a car accident, and a tire came off and decapitated the production assistant.
What?
Yes. Yes.
You're freaking me out here with these stories.
I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what the internet told me. Internet's never lied to me before.
Okay. David Warner's a great actor, but he's actually not. He usually plays villainous roles. He's actually playing a good, I guess, kind of a good guy in this, or at least some guys trying.
I actually like the photographer guy in this film. I was hoping maybe he'll be in like the sequels. He'll be like the.
Yeah. Well, Patrick. So this was your first time watching it this week, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Patrick Troughton here. Okay. Like I said, he comes through here and he's saying, drink the blood of Christ and accept Lord Jesus. And I keep wondering, I don't get the impression that Mr. Thorne is a religious man. Not that he's anti-religious or anything, but I don't think we had a baptism scene for Damien. I don't think that would have gone well.
No.
Right? But
no.
So I don't know what his beliefs are. I guess maybe we don't want to go touch on that far. But I mean, this is the 70s. I mean, I don't know. But the guy mentioned the hospital, so he lets him in because he's like, I remember the hospital. What's going on here? I am going to say this is like the worst way to sell it because he doesn't come out, hey, there's something wrong with your baby. I was part of a satanic conspiracy to bring the Antichrist into the world. I realized that was probably not a good thing to do, and now I'm worried because I'm going to be dying soon. That probably didn't sound as good either, right? No, right? You there, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just his mother was it cuts off in the subtitle. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I always wondered what he said, and then in the sequel, there's a lot of what jackal.
What's wrong with jackals exactly? Are jackals bad creatures?
I don't know. Is it a biblical thing? I don't know. It's I know that it was an insult, like in Islamic countries, call somebody a jackal. So I don't know if there's a biblical reference there. So I don't know, but it's at least that's if movies taught me anything. But jackals in the night. I think that's something Dracula said.
Are
Me and my
jackals
servants will
related to
fight.
dogs? If there's a biologist in the chat tonight, please let us know.
Oh, let's find out. What is a jackal? It is maybe it's a biblical reference too. I don't know. Jackal. Jackass curse. What's that? What is a jackal? Medium-sized omnivorous mammals of the subtribe Canina, which
That
also
was a
includes
dog.
wolves in the
Yeah.
domestic. Well, okay, so they are related. But why are these folklore mythology? Well, I'm going to Wikipedia for this stuff. Like foxes and coyotes, jackals are often depicted as clever sorcerers in the myths and legends of the regions. The jackal, likely the golden jackal, given its present range, is mentioned roughly 14 times in the Bible. It is frequently used as a literary device to illustrate desolation, loneliness, and abandonment, with reference to its habitat of living in the ruins of former cities and other areas abandoned by humans. It is called wild dog in several translations of the Bible. Okay. So it's a biblical thing. All right. At any rate, that doesn't make any sense because if you've read either like the Apocalypse Book of Revelations, the passages, the Antichrist comes from a woman. Okay, I believe that's mentioned in Scripture. Okay, so, and I don't even think the woman is necessarily bad. I think, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's interpretive what it says, but I think angels take care of her after the birth or something. Because I don't know if it was her fault or not. But anyway. I'm not a biblical expert or anything, though. I'll not intrude on your grief. I'm here to take away some of your troubles and anxieties. Did you suspect her right away?
Yeah,
I think she has an Irish accent. Is that right? Or maybe some other kind of English accent. I left all that behind a long time ago. She's a little too earnest, right? Let me see your boy.
So this movie was made for 2.8 million.
Yep.
And they had a 2 million marketing campaign. It made 60.9 at the box office. That's what I call profit.
I believe this was shot at the Pinewood Studios, right?
I think so.
And I believe that after they had to shut down production because another movie was going into production soon, right after this. Do you know what movie that was?
Star Wars?
Yep.
I think they had like 10 weeks to make this film.
Yeah. The schedule is tight, but horror movies are interesting in that they tend to not have high budgets. Even the ones made by studios, you're not going to get high budgets on them. I mean, I know we make a joke about Blumhouse spending nothing, but horror movies typically don't have huge budgets, but usually the directors are given more leeway of what they can do, so there's more freedom in making them as opposed to like something with a much higher budget.
Originally this was going to be called Antichrist, and then they were going to change it to Birthmark, and then they settled on the Omen for the title.
Yeah, no, the Omen is creepy because you think Omen, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of creepy.
And this movie's got an 86% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. If that means anything to anybody.
Not necessarily for me, because many of the movies I mentioned on Mr. Matchstick's channel last night do not have good Rotten Tomatoes scores. But this one, this one's good though. It's a bit classier. Okay, this one, The Exorcist, and of course, Race with the Devil. I'm kidding, of course, about the last one. Race with the Devil has, who's her? Mrs. Finch or Miss Finch or whatever her name is, right? It's like a whole horde of these chasing after Henry Fonda and Peter Fonda and Warren Oates.
Oh, that camper movie?
In a camper movie, yeah. I am here to protect thee. Look at him smiling. You keep wondering, what is your thought on the kid in this movie? Do you think he's evil? Do you think he's caught up in it? Blah, blah. What do you think?
I wonder at what point do you become self-aware of what you are?
Yeah,
Because Barney seems kind of young to be self-aware of much of anything.
Yeah, I mean they go into more clarity in the sequel. There are people who have interpreted this movie as is that there is nothing supernatural happening here. The kid is innocent. That this is just a bunch of coincidence and a bunch of weirdos in a conspiracy making the dad think that this kid's the Antichrist, and just you could read it that way. Okay, because think about it, all the horrible stuff that happens, you can be explained by natural occurrence. You know, just freak accidents, right? But you know, please now have him dressed. Now, she's being pretty insistent. He ain't going to no Episcopal church here, right? She's like, the goings on of an Episcopal wedding. If it's England, would it be Anglican? Isn't it Episcopal?
I had the same thought, but I'm sure they have Episcopal churches in England, just like we have Anglican churches here.
I thought that was the same thing.
They're slightly different.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Because I thought Episcopal is what they called when they left England. Then it's Episcopal outside of England. England is Anglican.
Yeah, there's some slight differences.
All right. Well, anyway, they're going to the Episcopal wedding, and Damien's going to have a little bit of a tantrum, right?
Yeah, two things to say here. This was the only part that Goldsmith received any input from Donner on the film score. He said he wanted it to sound kind of like Jaws. So that's what Jerry Goldsmith did. And
I gotta get, yeah.
And the kid got the job, because they were auditioning hundreds of kids. And this kid, Donner, was in the audition. He said, I want you to act out the scene. And the kid just went cray-cray and ended up kicking Richard Donner in his man bits. And he got the job. So
you got the job, kid. Okay. I'm sorry.
Because he really doesn't talk much for the entire movie.
No, he's a good child actor. All three of the actors they picked for the Damiens in different parts are all good. I like the one that, what is it, the tween in the next one. I think he's like 12, or like he might be like 11 or 12 or something in the
He's probably 40 something. He's just pretending to be 12.
Yeah. Look, he sees, what is that, the angels, or is that Jesus? He's freaking out.
I think that's Jesus.
Yeah, he don't like that. He's oh, this is another freaky scene. I'm sorry.
If I had done that, my mother would have torn my ass up.
Everyone's looking at him. Oh, all right, I'm sorry. Just my daughter's wedding that you, the ambassador from the United States, promised to attend. I'm sorry. Is that like a plum job, being the ambassador to Great Britain?
I would think so. States? Yeah.
That's got to be like a plum job. That's
that,
like,
and the ambassador to Canada. I'm like,
ambassador to Canada.
Like Iceland. I'm like, because what the hell are you going to do? Nothing.
Yeah, I know. You live in a nice manor house, probably get paid, a decent amount of money. Is he wearing a turtleneck again?
No, he's wearing a shawl collar cardigan.
Okay. I love the 70s fashions.
That's a boss sweater.
Yeah, I like that.
I would pimp that sweater.
I like that sweater.
All winter long.
No measles, mumps, or chicken pox.
Yeah, and that's odd, because aren't all children just like vessels of disease and germs and plagues?
Let me tell you what you don't. Oh, are you like frowning on that assessment he just made? Is that what you're saying? Let me tell you something.
It raises a good point, because all children are just like disease-ridden germs. They're always
saying that it's odd in like the 3 years they've had them, not even a fever.
Yeah,
not a cold. Come on. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, they don't. Yeah, because they all have immunity built up, right?
Hmm.
They don't have their immunity built up,
right?
I found out. I didn't find out until I went to do the operation for the kidney. That I had the chicken pox. We were never sure.
You don't remember?
Never sure. No, because I was a child when my siblings got it, and they saw a couple bumps on me, but they weren't sure. But
wow,
apparently I had already had it, so that's interesting.
I had one of the worst case chickenpox the doctor had ever seen.
That sounds unpleasant.
Well, when I get sick, I go all in. I'm just telling you.
I got a lot sicker when I was little. My immune system has been better since I've become an adult, but it was really bad when I was growing up. I'd have fevers. I got sick on Christmas break once. That's not fun. Okay, come on. You get the heavy fevers, the chills.
Yeah.
Hi. I brought this gnarly Rottweiler into your house. The kid likes him. I don't care how many millions you have. I'm the governess, and I think he should have the dog. I'm sorry. I don't like her. I do not like her. I don't
I don't
like
either.
her.
Yeah.
Bring back the oh, we can't because she hung her. Okay, she hung herself. All right. Mr. Baylock, we don't need a dog. Oh, Mrs. Baylock. And if we do, I'll pick him out myself. She don't know how to take no for an answer.
I'd be like, you work for me? I don't work for you.
You work for me, okay? I tell you to jump, you say how high. Okay, you ask how high. Come on. Come on, boy. You're a big meanie. Don't you feel bad, Mr. Thorne? It's a nice house.
Yeah.
He was in Moby Dick.
Gregory Peck?
Yep, Captain Ahab.
Oh, yeah. Another story. The scene with the
the baboons.
Bamboos. Yeah. They drugged a bamboo and put it in the back of the station wagon to entice the other ones. And what you see in the film of them going batshit cray cray, that actually happened for real.
Oh my goodness.
And the little boy and the actress got freaked out. They're not acting. They really got freaked out. And there was another scene that was cut from the movie involving a tiger.
Oh, I wonder if that's
the day after the tiger attacked and killed a person at the zoo.
I'm telling you. Do you think the movie's cursed? Look at that, the giraffes.
I'm not saying it's cursed. I'm just saying there was a video on YouTube that talks about the curse of the Omen.
The giraffes ran and got inside a Toys R Us and trampled all the children. It was ironic. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Toys R Us, Jeffrey the giraffe. I'm just saying. Okay, never mind. I used to love Toys R Us. You wear a lot of gray, Mr. Thorne. Maybe a white suit once in a while.
Yeah.
There's no gray areas in this movie. There's good and evil, okay? And you're wanting to be Mr. Mealy Mouthed, okay? And I don't get it. What's he looking at? Oh, there's the priest.
Mm-hmm.
He's at my house. Here we got the baboons.
They look kind of funny to me.
They're not an attractive ape, okay? I don't like them at all. No. I like the gorilla. You notice how in Planet of the Apes there's not hyper intelligent baboons, come on. Look at the kid. That smile. I bet they shot those scenes with the smile. They probably shot that separately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. because he looks evil there.
Yeah, but that's not CGI. They were some pissed off little monkeys.
Oh, see that little part there though. That's the kid knowing he can mess with the baboons, and then oh, isn't it terrifying, mommy? Oh no, I'm telling you, mommy, let's go. They was she actually driving the car in the scene?
That was my understanding from what I read.
You better be getting a decent paycheck. Lee Remick, right? That's her name. Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
Hey, something wrong with the kid. He has an effect on animals.
Yeah.
You know what I always interpreted that scene as? The baboons, they know something's wrong with kid. They know he's unnatural, That's why they were freaking out, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? I don't know. I want to be the ambassador of England. I can go talk to the Queen. Okay. Where is Sir Ian tonight?
I don't know.
Takes place in England. I thought he would be showing up here. It's like,
although he does live in Scotland.
Oh well, Great Britain. Same thing. I'm sorry. I'll be good.
Let's split hairs here now.
No, you'll get into trouble. I told you. I listened to this one gaming podcast once, and one of the hosts of it was a Welshman, right? And they were reviewing the Beatles game, right? The Beatles rock band game that came out, and they said, "Hey, you're from England. What did you think of the game?" And he says, "I'm Welsh," and he got really angry. Best you could say was, "I'm British. Don't call me English." I'm like you're. Oh, you saw he's actually said you're English. What did you think of the game? Soccer, because it's England.
Don't they call it football?
They do. They call it football over there. Okay, David Warner, good actor here. He's been in numerous pictures. Did you ever see Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits?
No. Do I need to?
It's a good movie. It's kind of a lark. Like there are these dwarfs that use the map of all time to escape from the supreme being because they want to get filthy rich, and they go to different times. And this young British boy gets caught up in their thing. And also, there's a character called Evil, which is the latest creation of the Supreme Being or God or whatever, right? And he's played by David Warner, and it's funny. He's like, and like David Warner keeps attacking the Supreme Being. And he's saying, he created slugs. How great a Supreme Being could he be? And the one goes, but he created you, evil one. And then, like, he explodes the guy and says, "No one created me. I created myself." It's like.
And he was in Doctor Who, the photographer dude.
Was he? Who did he
Buddy.
play in Doctor Who? Buddy. No, the priest was in Doctor Who.
The priest was in Doctor Who. Okay.
Yes, Patrick Troughton. I don't think David Warner ever showed up on Doctor Who. That kind of surprises me. You would have thought in all these years you might have guessed it. Maybe he's too high profile, but. David Warner did show up on Batman the Animated Series. He played the voice of Ra's al Ghul.
Really?
Yep. And yeah, he's a good actor. He tends to play more villainous type characters. He was in Titanic.
He was.
Yeah, he played the
that
kind
security guy.
Yeah. But here is the photographer, and he's kind of the outsider that's gotten sucked into this, right?
Yeah.
Like he's basically a photojournalist of a sort, right? And what's he seeing? He's seeing all these weird markings, and he's like, "Wait a minute." Like, I don't even necessarily think he's a believer. I think he came to believe because he's seeing all this stuff happening, right? Like, he can't deny what he's seen.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is Patrick Troughton. What do we learn later on? This character is actually, he was already riddled with cancer, and he's injecting tons of morphine into himself every day to keep himself going.
Which kind of makes you think that maybe he's just a little off in the head.
Yeah, that probably
Like you were
explains
saying.
it.
Is it just people who got caught up in the crazy story, or?
Yeah, well, okay, this nice little poem here, this actually is not from the Bible, okay? The screenwriter made it up. I like it, turning man against his brother till man exists no more. Book of the Revelations.
Is he talking about social media?
Probably. Oh no! Oh man, they couldn't make it now. They couldn't make this movie now. It'd be stupid. It'd all be about Silicon Valley or something, right? The Antichrist is launching an app or something, right? That's what Skynet did in one of the Terminators. It's the Skynet app now.
Yeah. Why don't we not talk about that?
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so I'm here because you said my wife is
End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Did you like it?
No.
No?
Did you?
I enjoyed it.
Oh my goodness. I was in the theater and there were people cracking up at that as soon as the credits rolled. Gabriel Byrne, right? He was the but he wasn't he was the devil, and I guess he was trying to get a woman pregnant, right? Was that what it was? Okay. So the Antichrist.
He's a pretty attractive man in New York. I think he could get laid if he, tried a little bit.
I suppose, yeah. He would show up in a lot of those kind of movies. He was in that one. I forget now. He was in something with Patricia Arquette where I don't know. She gets possessed and starts speaking Latin. He's a priest or something. I don't know. Gabriel Byrne. He was also. Stigmata. That was it. He was also in the movie Cool World. Remember?
Yep.
The cartoon one, yeah. But anyway, Gregory Peck, though, I never want to see you again. He's not being very nice. I love this last line. You'll see me in hell, Mr. Thorne. There we will share our sentence.
Why does the priest guy think he's going to go to hell? I didn't quite understand that.
The priest, here's what it is, okay? He was part of some conspiracy to bring the Antichrist in the world and get the kid into Mr. Thorne's family hands. I think he realized now that was a horrible mistake.
Oh, okay.
And he's wanting Christ to forgive him, but I think at least as far as he knows, as far as he thinks, he has to at least protect Thorne and his wife in order for him to get some amount of forgiveness in the afterlife.
Okay.
And frankly, I don't know how good a guy he is right now. I think he just realizes that I don't know. Like, I think he realizes he made a horrible mistake, okay? All right. Now it's already storming out, and he's got to get in. He's got to get some sanctuary, right? Is that what he's looking for now? He's got to get into the church. Did you find this scene scary?
No, because we have storms come up all the time here in northern Alabama.
Okay, well, great.
We had quite a few just come up today. Oh, here comes another one. Thank you, Boomer.
Okay, great. Like, I don't know. Did he maybe he went to confession? Was that part of the pens? I don't know. Or maybe he just didn't bother. He just knows he has to do this. They don't explain a lot, let's be honest here, okay? Maybe that's for the best. I don't know.
And I'm still amazed that someone looked at this film and said, yes, give Richard Donner Superman. because I mean the tone of Superman and the Omen is like wildly different.
Well, think about it. It's evil. Superman, it's good, right? So maybe they figured if he, yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Better get inside. Now,
I
of
mean,
course,
I found that kind of disturbing.
what, that effect right there?
Yeah, that was kind of disturbing.
You know, they said, and I've learned in the making of, that's not even inside the body. That's just behind the actor.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just
I
looks
figured
like it is. Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
really push it through him.
Well, he got impaled, basically. Yeah. Mrs. Baylock. Oh, it's not all that bad. He's just playing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to make it right. Oh, but he's only playing. She's not liking Damien too much, is she?
No.
So what's the husband's sin here? I guess not telling his wife that that Damien wasn't
Push
hers.
the babies at birth? Yeah. I
I
think
mean, it
that's
was done out of love, but yeah, he probably shouldn't have done
kind of like
that.
a relationship killer. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Would you say this is a slow burn?
I think it's pretty even.
Yeah.
You know, this came out the same year as Carrie.
Oh, really?
And Carrie had a lot of nominations for acting with the Academy Awards.
I didn't realize that. Sissy Spacek?
Sissy Spacek and someone for Best Supporting Actress, and I think Best Supporting Actor as well.
Interesting. I don't ever want to have any more children. Oh, boy. Then you'll agree to an abortion. Wait, what?
What?
That
What?
kinda,
What are you talking about?
phone ringing.
Remember
Why
when
does
phones
everybody
were
keep
hard?
bothering me? I'm the ambassador, okay? Okay, this is the reporter now, right? It might have been nice if the priest had explained what he had done, okay? What they had done. So Mr. Thorne doesn't have to go traipsing around half of Europe, right, to figure it out, right? So, priests impaled. I can just imagine the newspaper editor. Hey, it bleeds, it leads, right? Question: is he talking to her psychiatrist here?
He is.
Isn't there like patient doctor
Yeah.
confidentiality here?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Maybe it's different in Great Britain.
I wonder if he's part of the conspiracy. The shrink here, okay? No, it's just a fantasy. She also thinks the child isn't hers. Yeah, I think he's part of the conspiracy. He looks like he is. Him and that governess of theirs probably have meetings. Okay, think about it. We don't see any scenes. Look how he's talking. What's important for you to do is to agree. Yeah, see, he's part of it. Foretold by who? Am I wrong? Do you think this guy's part of the conspiracy, or is he just being a dick?
I think he's just a dick. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not trusting people in this movie, man. His driving.
So the scene coming up where she falls.
Yeah.
Because of all the odd things that were going on during the filming of this film, she was refusing to do this scene. Richard Donner had to rewrite it and reshoot it to get it done. Because she's like, I'm not doing this. There's no way in hell I'm going to do this.
Why? Because it was actually going to be on the actual balcony?
She was too scared to do it because of all the other things that had been going on.
Well, maybe she was smart. How do they reshoot it?
I think they didn't do it. They took it down a level. And originally she was just supposed to like fall, but they just used the glass falling and they just put her like, hanging onto the ledge.
Okay. What'd he say to her? He says, "You're being a superstitious. I don't believe in all this mumbo jumbo voodoo horse shit."
He might have. Yes, she was supposed to fall straight there.
I like this better, though. I'm sorry. I think this works better. Don't you?
Yeah, it's a little more, like, you can tell, like, something's missing in his brain.
And who? The kid?
Alien's brain.
There's something wrong with the kid, okay? Look at the blood coming out of her mouth. I thought she was done for when I first saw this scene.
Yeah.
Like she broke her neck or something, or I don't know.
She still dies from falling, though.
Yeah, well. Where was Mrs. Baylock during all this, huh? Oh, I was just trimming the roses. Yeah, sure you were. Okay. I don't like this doctor much either.
He seems crotchety.
Did she lose the baby? Well, yeah, but at least she's still alive. She can have more kids. It's like, come on, dude. Internal bleeding. That's not good, right?
No.
I'm telling you, man. I bet now he's wishing he had not gone for the ambassador job, huh?
Probably.
Actually, probably would have made a difference, right? I'm sure they got people in America too, right?
So, like, was he just in, like, the wrong place at the wrong time, or was he pretty much predetermined?
No, they wanted him. They wanted him. You could tell by the last scene in the movie, okay? Who's he friends with? The President of the United States, okay?
Yeah.
The point is to have the Antichrist not have humble origins that, come from a powerful family, with a lot of political influence, a lot of money.
And you say you like the second one, but you don't like the third one, correct?
Yes. But we'll get to them all. I assume. Actually, if we have time this month. I know you're going away next week, but we'll see. Look, the third one had good casting as Sam Neill in the role, but I don't know. But you like the scores to all of them, don't you? Don't you have the one for Final Conflict?
Yeah. It's like Jerry Goldsmith just kept turning up the omenness for each of them. It's like the Omen's a 10. Omen 2 is like a 26.5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Omen 2. In fact, actually, when this thing is over, you should watch the trailer for Damien Omen 2. It's like, Damien!
I saw a clip on YouTube today where he kills someone who's like his brother or something.
Dude, that is like a big spoiler. You shouldn't have watched that clip before watching.
I was like, well, that's kind of creepy.
No, we'll talk about that more next time. Okay, yeah. It's in some ways a sad thing because I think he didn't want to do it, but we'll figure it out. We'll talk about it next time. They couldn't. They didn't bring back the screenwriter for the second one. He got into a little bit of trouble. He wrote a book based off his screenplay, released it. Even got released before the movie came out. Did very well, and I think the studio didn't like that. You know. But they also said he was on set one day and there was a coffin on the set, and he says, "Oh, Mr. Peck, he's in there. Mr. Peck, are you all right?" And like the crew started getting to the coffin trying to open it up, thinking Gregory Peck was stuck in there, and it was a joke. But he had a funny little interview on the disc. There's that Rottweiler again. We're only an hour into this, and I'm already terrified. Come on. You ain't safe in your own house, Mr. Thorne. Does he have, like, security?
It doesn't seem like it. Why does the Rottweiler just not sleep with Damien?
What?
Why doesn't he just sleep in the same bed as Damien?
The Rottweiler?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. It's about you, Mr. Thorne, and the death of the priest. Now, this is interesting, and in some ways, he is like Mr. Thorne here. He's gotten caught up in this. So, look, you see the thing around the nanny that looks like a noose? See that? I guess you're seeing it because you're watching the movie, right?
Yes.
Where'd everyone in the chat go? There any other horrible things that happened during the making of this movie?
It's everything I can remember. There was a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so you get impaled. More pronounced this time.
I mean, this guy being in that car accident and the production assistant getting decapitated, that's like, that's pretty.
It's pretty horrifying, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand, though. How did the wheel decapitate somebody?
I guess it came off.
Was it a hubcap or something? Was it sharp?
I mean, if a wheel's got enough forward momentum to it, I guess it hit your head just right. It was just,
all these stories are going to make it so I don't leave the house tomorrow. Okay, just letting you know. Right. Okay, it's like I'll be expecting. Oh, we got these sheets of glass we got to unload from this car. Be picking up a pizza. And then I'll be pizza. Okay. It's like,
Boomer will get a paper cut tomorrow at work, and he'll be like, "No,
I don't work tomorrow. Thank goodness. I'm just gonna stay in bed.
That makes it more frightening when you get that paper cut at 11:32 a.m.
Exactly. Look at this. This guy's got a lot of crosses. Is it me or was this priest a little loopy?
Yeah, I think he's a little loopy.
He need to be close to his church. Yeah, because he knew something was coming after him. 47.
I mean, in all fairness, I have a crucifix over each door to the house.
Well, yeah, I have a crucifix over my bedroom door right here. I got it when I graduated the 8th grade from Catholic middle school. So I've held on to it. Let's see here, though. Speaking engagements were. This entry says that he was supposed to have met you in Bishop's Park. And that was the day that okay. We got ominous music again. So
those kettle drums sound nice, don't they?
Yep. Star of Bethlehem glows again. Damien was raised by non-religious Democrats. I don't know. I don't know who's president right now. It's no parties mentioned. You know, it's the American Party.
76 Carter was in office.
Oh well, there you go. Okay.
But they never use real presidents in movies. They use made-up presidents.
You're seeing The Line of Fire?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's an Morricone score for you.
Yeah, no, Clint Eastwood. I like him. I like his movies. I watched Cry Macho recently. That was good.
Much what?
Cry Macho, his latest movie. It was on HBO
what's that
Max.
about?
Okay. Cry Macho is about an old, Clint Eastwood is an old, rodeo rider, whatever they call him, and he's
okay, cowboy.
He trains horses at this ranch, and this guy sends him, "Can you go into Mexico to retrieve my son?" Which this with his mother, he's being abused, and bring him up to the United States. I'll claim him as my own, give him a good home, and then it's about him going to Mexico, trying to find the son, and survive in Mexico and all this. It's interesting. It's a good movie. It's not as violent as I was expecting it to be. You know what I mean? It's more just him protecting the kid. And then he befriends a family in this one Mexican town, and it's a good movie. It's a solid Clint Eastwood movie. She's not in good shape, huh?
That does not look comfortable.
Mrs. Thorne is not in good shape. And they don't have Days of Our Lives in England, do they? What are you going to do with yourself all day? Okay, come on. To watch British soaps, and they're not going to be as good, I bet. Okay. Mrs. Baylock. Mrs. Horton.
And what do you think happened, Miss Horton?
I don't know, man. Did Mrs. Horton say anything? Yeah, she says that she doesn't like working here anymore. This is all very suspicious. All the serving staff just up and left, right? They took him away this morning. That dog ain't gone. That dog disappears and reappears like probably out of thin air, okay?
He went to Italy.
Yeah, he goes to Italy. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Make friends.
It's the devil dog, the hound from hell, okay? By the way, if you want to watch a great made-for-TV horror movie, Devil Dog, Hound from Hell, it's like The Omen, but with a dog instead of a little boy, okay?
Yeah, I probably won't be watching that one.
Whatever. It was made for TV. Back in the 70s, they would make these horror movies for TV. Richard Crenn is in it. He played okay, whatever. This is the right address.
If we go see John Williams next summer in Milan, we could take like an Omen side trip.
An Omen side trip, yeah.
Visit
Let's
all the
go
films.
see where this guy got his head lopped off. You know what's a country I've always wanted to go to? Something Malta. Ever hear of Malta?
Yeah.
A friend from the library went there. She actually did helped with an archaeological dig out there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was expecting that cab driver to get killed for some odd reason.
Really?
Yeah, he just looked like the kind of guy that was going to get like randomly killed.
If they were to do a spoof of this movie, like someone would like die like every 2 seconds, right? Like if you like, there's a sign for this package, Mr. Thorne. Yeah, okay. And then the delivery guy leaves, and the car just explodes for no reason. It's
like... I still think if you just change the tone around a little bit, this could be like a situational comedy.
Oh, sure, it could. Call it My Little Devil Baby, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, I come here. I'm trying to ask you about the records, and you're saying, "See, no, sir." And I'm the ambassador from America. Okay, have you heard of America? It's one of the big countries in this world here. He's in a monastery. Oh, so he's in a monastery. Okay. So he lived through the fire.
Frosinani.
Frosinani.
I don't speak Italian, except for like pizza.
Pizza's good. They got good pizza over in Italy.
Do they?
Oh, you don't think so, huh?
I've never had it.
You're thinking nothing's going to beat your local Pizza Hut, right?
I don't like Pizza Hut.
What?
Give me 1 second, Boomer. I got to take Big Boy outside real fast.
All right.
He's restless tonight.
Just take him outside. It's because he doesn't like the movie. He's leaving him what I think is one of the creepiest parts of this movie. Okay, this is them going to that old monastery. I'm kind of wondering, is this all just fate? Is there like nothing they can do? That's what I'm wondering when I'm watching this movie. No, Lethal Weapon 5 without Donner. Yeah, Birdman's flown the coop. Birdman has left Alcatraz. Yes, he has. We should do Birdman from Alcatraz sometime on this channel. I don't know who did that score, though. Devil shall rise from the world of politics. You're just making this up. You're interpreting things the way you want to see them. The poor little kid, nothing to do with any of this. Gregory Peck. Was he in a Western? Was he in Who Shot Liberty Valance, or was it somebody else? The bell tolls. You like those sheep? Actually, right now this part's kind of dry. Where's the cemetery already? Yeah, let's go see Father. What's his name? I don't know, and is all messed up looking. Chris P. John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart, who shot Liberty Valance. Wasn't Gregory Peck in a Western?
This scene's kind of creepy with all these monks. They don't look very friendly.
They're probably in the middle of their regular prayers, and they're like, "Who are these people?" Oh, there he is. Found him. Okay. What's the deal? That kid you gave me, he was kind of, ugh. See the other side of his face? It's all burned up. His eye is all drooping. Okay, so he has not made a sound. We feed him and take care of his needs. And we pray for his recovery when his penance is completed. What penance? Woe to the shepherd who abandoned his sheep. May his right arm wither and his right eye lose its sight. He's fallen from grace. Can you tell us why?
It's kind of harsh.
Yeah, it's kind of harsh. He helped bring the Antichrist into the world. If we're buying all this stuff, right? The 3 6s. I've heard it also could also be 616 is the sign of the beast. It's gone. People are not sure. The devil, Antichrist, and false prophet. I've also heard it referred to as the beast, the Antichrist, and the false prophet, the unholy trinity.
Did you ever read the Left Behind books?
My mom was big into those. I didn't really get into those. How about, did you read them?
No.
Yeah, they kind of deal in similar stuff.
I don't really read fiction.
Yeah, they were the big deal books. It was that and Harry Potter at the same time. They were the ones that were always being the bestsellers of the early part of the century. But yeah, I think they deal with the Antichrist and the end times and all that.
I bought Rebecca a book today about like Southern vampires.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like real life vampires?
Vampires aren't real life, Boomer. It's make believe.
What do you mean it's not real life?
It's not real life. It's make believe.
Please, yeah, please keep telling yourself that. There are written accounts, okay, like from the Middle Ages.
Just because a girl bitched in the neck one time in high school in the backseat of a car, don't mean she's a vampire.
I was telling Troy, I watched a movie about vampires recently. I watched the movie Vamp. And it was about this fraternity, and they have to go to a strip club to get some vampires. To get some strippers for their fraternity. And it turns out the one stripper's a vampire and bites them.
Wow.
They're all over the place, dude. Okay. But this movie don't have no vampires in it. You get Rottweilers instead, okay?
Which are fine dogs, everyone. They're fine dogs.
Does he like die right here and there in front of them? What does he say? It's in the kid's buried in Servette. You gotta imagine there's all sorts of ruins in Italy, or like from the old days, right? It's like, come on.
Well, Zootopia says it's the shield media that doesn't want you to believe in vampires and mummies. What about were people and zombies? What about them?
What are you talking about were people for?
Were
panthers and werebears and stuff like that.
we're hyenas and
Oh,
we're people.
please. You know what? The truth is out there. Have you ever heard of that expression? Did you not watch the X-Files?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay. All right.
Were chickens. That's right, Chris P. Watch out for those were chickens.
You know something? What about ghosts, man? You believe in the ghosts, huh?
No, not really.
Because on the next channel, the end of the month, we're doing the others, and then on my channel, in lieu of study hall, because I ain't doing no study hall on Halloween. That ain't happening.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a rewatch of The Evil. It's all about this creepy house, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
I'm planning the trip to Boston for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I asked my sister, I'm like, do you want to go on a ghost tour when you're in Boston for Christmas? And she's like, not if there's ghosts. I'm like, Jane, there's not. Okay, that's fine. I was just like,
Let me tell you. So I went on a ghost tour in Key West, and I learned about Robert the Doll. Okay.
Okay, I don't know anything about this.
This kid, he got this doll from like this, I think, voodoo practitioner, and people could see the doll running around the top floor of the house in broad daylight. Okay. There's some spooky stuff out there, okay? Hold on a second. Who did the score? Johnny Harris. Does that sound familiar to you?
No, not at all.
He did the score for The Evil. Well, that's why we're not doing it on Soundtracks with Birdman, isn't it?
Probably so.
What else did Johnny Harris do? He's done a selected discography. Let's find out here.
Chris P wants to know why you're not going trick-or-treating on Halloween.
Because in my area of Florida, people don't trick-or-treat. And I'm too old.
You're not too old. Just dress up as a something.
Hold on. I'm going to find something. What the heck? He did the score for Ravenhawk, a TV movie, okay?
Okay. Having a hard time selling me on this.
Let's see. Surely he did something. Women of the 21st Century TV special, he scored that. Linda Carter Celebration TV special. He did the score for it. Okay, you don't like Linda Carter now. That's good. That's good to know. Okay.
No, I like Linda Carter fine.
Okay, so we got more ominous music. Okay, what's the name of this track?
I don't know the name of the tracks like you do, Star Wars trilogy.
Let me find out. I got my iTunes up right here. Let me see. I think this is called Dogs Attack. Yeah, this is called the Dogs Attack.
I do believe in God, but I think when we die, I think our soul goes to God. I don't think it stays on earth. Right. I'm not knocking anyone who believes otherwise. I just don't believe that myself. I think when we die, our soul leaves and departs this plane of existence.
Oh. Anyways, do you like this track? It's called The Dogs Attack.
I like this entire soundtrack. I got no fault with it at all.
Now, was there one released later on that has more tracks on it?
Yeah. Yeah, the original soundtrack.
What do they leave out of the 20-track one? Because that has a lot of tracks on it.
No, I think that's the complete one.
Oh, okay.
I said
all right.
The complete one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So imagine you're in an old cemetery.
This is a jackal skeleton. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's a jackal skeleton. Or some other kind of beast. I don't know.
And I guess that's why it's on the Mondo reissue of the soundtrack on LP then.
And then he just the skeletons on the inside of the album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, that's cool. They got little skeletons on there.
Do you have a lot of Mondo LPs?
Probably maybe 10, I guess. There's a lot more that I would like to have.
I love I love the artwork in those albums.
Yeah, I'd love to have the Omen on LP.
Look at that.
And I'm just gonna say there's an easier way to kill an infant child than putting a big massive hole in its head.
That was fairly horrible. He is angry and horrified at the same time. Murderers, he is not happy about this.
Oh, about this scene, the stuntman was so nervous that they like doubled and tripled up the protection layers on him when the dogs were biting.
Yeah.
And they still bit through. But I don't think that's creepy. That's just, you got to realize how powerful a Rottweiler's jaws can be.
What is it like? Is it like go through bone?
They can crush your bone with a bite. Yeah.
Yes. How many of these Rottweilers are there?
1, 2.
If I were to toss a milk bone, would they chase after that?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
If they're if they're zoomed in on you like that.
Don't tell me this scene isn't creepy. Okay.
I mean, it's disturbing to me because I've seen dogs tear rabbits apart in the backyard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just last week. Oh Lord.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, just last week. Elizabeth caught a little mouse, and then 2 seconds later, I heard a rabbit screaming, and then Big Boy came running around the side of the yard with like half of the rabbit hanging out of his mouth, and I was like, "Give me that!" And then I had to go get the rest of it from Mallory, and anyways, it was, and all before breakfast. Thank you, girls.
Fun. That was the most my dog ever caught was a lizard. Okay, it's Florida.
I would imagine you have lots of those down there.
We have rabbits too.
I honestly don't see why any wildlife would dare come into my yard. I mean, it's just.
He got impaled.
That hurts.
There's Lee Remick.
What else has she done? I feel like I should know this.
That's a good question. Let's find out, shall we? The Omen. She's been in The Omen. Hold on. Cast. Lee Remick has been in Broadway and television, early films, film stardom. Okay, Remick was prominence playing okay. She was in Otto Preminger's Anatomy of a Murder. Let's see. She was in Sanctuary, The Farmer's Daughter. Let me see. She played the alcoholic wife of Jack Lemmon in Days of Wine and Roses. She was in The Running Man. Films in the 1970s. What else was she in? Let's see.
She was in The Running Man?
It's an older version, not the new version.
Okay.
Let's see. Remick starred in many TV movies, beginning with The Man Who Came to Dinner with Orson Welles. Okay, she appeared in Hennessy with Rod Steiger. Or she was in Paul Newman's Sometimes a Great Notion. Okay.
Does this scene work without the chorus, you think?
Oh, when she was in Damn Yankees. Yeah, I don't know. Now,
I think the chorus just really makes the score.
Now, how did that happen? Did you just pick her up and throw her out the window?
Yeah.
I guess she's not surviving that.
No. No. Cricket.
What's Cricket's problem?
I don't know. See, a true guard dog will not even let anyone come close to the house. They don't wait till you come in and then growl a little bit. That's just silly.
It's ridiculous. All right. He gets kind of shattered here.
Yeah. But, like I always say about the Omen, it's got some beautiful music from Jerry Goldsmith. And here you go. It's right here. Mm-hmm. It's not the satanic sounding stuff.
It's not the yeah. Okay. It's more sentimental. It's a love theme, right?
Yeah.
His arm is kind of messed up right now.
Yeah, that just hurts me to look at.
Found out the town of Megiddo. Derived from the word Armageddon. Is there really a town in Megiddo?
There is a place known as Armageddon. It was in the Middle East.
If only you could remember, or only... Okay. Bugenhagen.
It's a good name for a child. If I have a child, I'll name him Bugenhagen. So in the third one, is he president? Is that what he's doing?
Not exactly. You gotta wait and see. I'm not gonna go spoiling it for you. Okay.
You're not spoiling it for me. You're just.
I'm just saying he's maybe doing stuff with the UN. I think. Okay.
Okay.
You know the UN?
Yeah, I know who they are.
United Nations. Oh, I want Damien to die too. That's rather harsh, right? Now here we are. Where is this? This is like in Israel somewhere? Is that where he's going?
Yeah.
Okay. It was very hard to shoot over there back in these days, I think, right?
I think it'd be hard to shoot today.
Yeah.
I would so go to the Middle East, so I thought I could, come back and not a body bag.
Right. Excuse me.
Do you think this film would have been better with more score?
I think for a 70s movie, it's got a lot of score, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. For the time period, it's pretty good. But
I
I
think you
wonder-
need the quiet sometimes, okay? The little priest, is he dead yet? How does he know about all this?
he just knows, man. Social media.
Yeah, social media back in 1976. Thank you. Yes. Okay. This is
People wrote letters,
people wrote letters. That's right. I'm writing you to tell you that we did something bad and the Antichrist came out of the womb of a jackal and he's going to destroy the world. Can you help me, please? I don't know. All right, take a look. Here we go. What's in the bod? What's in the bag?
Guys.
The blades. So this priest is also an archaeologist, is that right?
That's kind of what I gather.
Yes.
If you had the novelizations, you might find more out.
Yes, I will definitely be catching up on those. Actually, I want to talk. The novel, this first one's interesting because it came out before the movie. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I was telling you that. It must be done on hallowed ground. So you have to use the 7 sacred blades of Megiddo and insert them in this way in the kid and that way in the kid, and the blood has to be spilled in a church. On the 7th day of the 7th. I don't know. I'm just saying it's like this is.
Why do they make it complicated? Can we just double tap them in
This
the
does
head?
not exist, by the way. There's no legend of the 7 blades to kill the Antichrist with. They just made this up for the movie.
You got to use all 7?
You got to use all of them.
Wow.
There's like a ceremony to do this, okay?
See, that was kind of in End of Days when they went to kill the girl in her apartment. They were doing last rites before they killed her. And Arnold came in and stopped them. And
yeah, Arnold saved the day. That movie was a little ridiculous.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Ravenhawk was a made-for-TV movie for HBO, so it's almost like a theatrical. Okay, come on. I'm sorry, not everyone can be a bigwig. Okay. He did the evil. Okay, that was his highlight. Okay. They go to the house and people start dying in horrible ways and they can't get out. And Richard Crenna, Richard Crenna is also in the evil. He was in Devil Dog Hound from Hell and the evil, and he was in First Blood with Rambo.
And Rambo 2, Rambo 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Kurt Russell was originally in that role, but he walked off the set.
He did? Why?
He disagreed with everything.
Okay. Interesting. Well, when you can't get anyone else, you get Richard Crenna. Of course, Richard Crenna's not in this movie. Richard Crenna could have been in this movie as like the ambassador.
I could see him as Thorne.
Mr. Thorne, yes. Okay, so now he's having second thoughts. I can't murder a child.
And I respect him for having doubt. I mean, I fully understand that.
I thought he'd give me some magical thing that would just destroy the demons or something. So it's just, I got to stab him and everything. I like, okay, so here we go. If you won't do it, I will. Let me gather up the blades. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Here it comes. It's the big one. Oh!
I suppose that is pretty disturbing for 1977.
Dude, the head and everything. Were you expecting this movie to be a lot gorier or something? Like for what you've heard or something?
Yeah,
Or?
gorier and more violent and like more scary.
Oh, the guy's head got lopped off right there. Come on.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
that's pretty disturbing. I mean, definitely disturbing.
they say that Richard Donner said he had timed that scene. So he said that he timed that scene. So he tried to figure when people in the audience cover their eyes and then they would open the eyes again. He wanted to do it so they would open the eyes again and they'd still see the head rolling, you know, to get them a second time. He was okay. Well, what's he got to do? He needs proof. He has to know for sure.
How much more proof would you need, Boomer?
How much more what?
How much more proof would you
I
need?
have to go in the middle of the night into the kid's room while he's sleeping and cut his hair to see if there's a birthmark 666 in the back of his head.
You know what I would do? I would wait till the next day. I get a good night's sleep. I'd be like, "Hey, Damien, let's go get matching haircuts today." Yeah, buzz cuts. Yeah, okay.
Mrs. Bale, I think Damien doesn't need a haircut. I can cut his hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's either evil or she's doing like inappropriate adult things with him, one or the other. But either way,
it's just disturbing. Look at that. Look at that stinking dog's in the house again.
I was expecting him to get into like an actual fight with the dog in the house.
Yeah, I was expecting him to take the dog and throw it in the oven and turn the gas on and blow the house up with the dog in it. That's how I would have.
Yeah,
that's how I would have done it. See, I go big or go home, but apparently Richard Donner.
They only had $2.8 million to spend on this film.
I would have blown up the manor house. It's okay, producer. The house was scheduled for demolition. That was the house across the street.
So Zootopia said this is based on a true story. What?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm wondering. He's still out there somewhere. How would the Antichrist be now if in this movie? 2021.
About my age?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he'd be
about your age.
He'd be a Gen Xer. This is all because there was a thing back then about the boomers having all the kids are going to be evil. All our kids are going to be evil. That was the boomer thing, you know.
Is there something you should maybe tell us, Boomer? I mean, you're about the same age as Damien.
No, I'm not Damien. My mother's name is Rosemary, but other than that, just there comes the dog. You like the snow. The Rottweiler doesn't get harmed, despite the fact that
I do like that.
It's an evil devil dog, follower of Satan. Okay.
I don't think this dog is a devil dog. This is
I think that's a devil dog. Okay.
It never really attacks anybody.
No, that wasn't him over in Italy. That was other dogs that
Those
looked
were
just like
dogs.
him.
Those were Italian Rottweilers.
Yeah, the Italian Rottweilers. Please. The film is creepy. Yes, it is. Team Ghost Planet 2.0. All right. What if I told you this was based on a true story? I'm telling you. So he's going to get the scissors. I have to cut his hair while he's fast asleep. So, of course, the kid's not going to wake up on the middle of getting his hair cut, right?
I mean, I could sleep through a haircut, couldn't you?
I don't know. Mrs. Baylock is not going to like cleaning up all that loose hair, okay?
I don't think
twice about this. I don't think she likes you, Mr. Thorne. Maybe you just need to go away. She'll raise Damien as her own. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he could marry Mrs. Baylock, huh? The wife's out of the picture now, right? Just
No,
no.
I think he can do better.
Okay.
And Jerry Goldsmith said he didn't want to have the music build here to let you know something was going to happen. And I think that was a good choice.
Yeah, so I got to cut his hair. So were you thinking he was going to find anything?
I was pretty sure he was.
I'm thinking, no. It's like underneath his tongue or something, the 666.
He's in military school in the second movie, right?
The nanny, a demon, or witch? More closer to a witch, I think, Melissa Harris, yes. What?
He's in military school in the second film?
Yes. You'll find out. In fact, if you want, when we're done with this, you could do a live reaction to the trailer. Okay, I'll put the link in the private chat. Okay, let me go look for it real quick. I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. All right.
I will say this: the first time I watched this film, it did make me nauseous, or maybe I was just hungry. And that kind of made me jump.
Yeah, Mrs. Baylock going into. Okay, I got the link, so I posted in the private chat. Okay, so you can take a look at it after after doing the film. You get a preview. The dog's barking. I'm thinking the dog's going to get loose. Okay, and they're both going to be attacking him. Look at David. He's like, what the? Run, Damien, run! Damien, get back here!
I mean, hiding behind a chair is not very smart.
Well, his skull is still soft. Okay, I mean, it's
Yeah.
she's bound determined to take him out. Come on, Damien. Dude, he just like lifted the light off the socket. His arm's bleeding again.
So what would happen if you just killed him like in the house? Does it have to be in a church?
It has to be. Did you not hear the instructions? Okay, you have to do it in a certain order, like in a church on the altar. Boy, she's putting up a fight, huh? And now the dog howls.
And that's a pretty eerie howl. And I would say probably now it feels more like a horror movie than what it did for the rest of the movie. An hour and 40 minutes into it, it starts to feel more horror movie-ish.
Get the kid in the car. I was expecting the dog to be jumping up at the window. You know, you know. So I don't understand. Were the police just waiting there, or they like guard the place? What's going on here?
Why were they hanging outside the house?
I guess his wife was murdered, maybe, but he left town anyway. So I don't know why they're out
Yeah.
there. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe he thought he was rushing to the rush. Maybe he was having an emergency, rushing the kids to the hospital or something. I don't know. Is the kid like going, no?
Stop being a little baby. Yeah, I'm amazed this church actually has unlocked doors at like, midnight.
I think in the old days, churches used to be unlocked. You could go in there anytime, or at least during the day. I think that might have been a thing. The idea is you could go pray whenever you needed to, but I think then robbery, maybe vandalism happened. They started shutting the doors, but maybe back then they still were unlocked. I don't know.
I know certain Catholic churches have a 24-hour chapel.
Yeah.
But someone's in there all the time. And at night, they usually lock the door and you just ring the buzzer and they let you in.
Again, I don't know. Maybe in the 70s you could still find one unlocked. Yeah, I don't know. But
Boston this past weekend, there was a big old beautiful church downtown, and it said, "Everyone welcome," and it listed off, all the different special groups of people. And then in front of the church, there was barricades put up, and it said, "No trespassing, you will be arrested." And I'm like, something seems kind of like to not jive here.
Huh.
So originally, Damien was going to get killed, and there was going to be 3 coffins here. But the studio executives thought, this might be a hit, so let's not write ourselves into a corner for a sequel. So they decided to let Damien live. And, when they were filming it and, they're panning back, Richard Donner told the kid, "Don't you laugh." And he was just like, ha.
I know.
And they kept it because it's kind of eerie.
I like it. Okay.
Like I said, this one did like $60 million. The other 2 films did in like the $20 million range.
Not as much, not as high.
Yeah, like a third.
Did they spend more money on the sequels or less?
I didn't look up the budgets for them. I would imagine because back in those days they tried to keep budgets low for everything.
Well, we may get back there soon enough. I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to. Is No Time to Die going to make any money?
Apparently, it's doing all right overseas. I don't know how it's going to do over here, but it has to make like $1 billion, I think.
Yeah,
to break even. They said. All right, look at this. Turns to the camera. Yeah, you know what? You look like you got away with stuff, kid. Here is wisdom. Let it hath understand to count the number of the beast, for it is not the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay. And then we go into the credits, and we got the score, the main theme again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got a chance to check it out. I sent you a live version of this. Did you get a chance to listen to that at all?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, you've seen that before? They got different versions on there. They got like, oh, it's neat. First Nun, American Secretary, Betty McDowell. Okay. Officers and men of U.S. Marine Barracks, London, England. Okay. So are you curious about Omen 2?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so we'll watch the trailer together, okay?
Yeah,
I sent you the link from Scream Factory, okay? So it should be in your thing. So whenever you're ready, well, we can wait for the credits to roll. What'd you guys think of this this wonderful movie, huh?
And what's your problem with the third one again? Was it just stupid?
You will find out when we get there.
Okay. I mean, it's got Sam Neill in it.
He's good. All right. Here we go. We got the credits. Back when credits would last 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Or you want to do the trailer for
Omen 2 official trailer?
Yeah, I'm going to click on it too. When do you want to do it at the same time?
Yeah, I clicked on it.
Oh, you already clicked on it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to get a commercial for something else. So.
Ready?
Hold on. You might. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Hit play.
It's walking through a tunnel.
Hold on. Yeah. Yep. Scared, huh?
No.
Did you see Betty Davis?
Hmm?
That was an old Betty Davis. Okay. This guy's having a bad day.
So he uses crows to kill people?
He look, listen to me. All the animals are at the command of the Dark One. I don't know if that's. It's pretty scary, huh?
Maybe. We'll see.
You like Lee Grant going, Damien? You know, William Holden's in this, huh? Gregory Peck's Mr. Thorne had a brother, okay, and he adopted Damien into his family. Do you understand? So there's extended family. Okay,
Yeah.
right, right, right.
Okay.
Okay. You're excited for Damien, I can tell. But no, stream next week. You're going to the Grand Canyon. Is that correct?
Yeah. Rebecca had planned this trip, I guess, for about a year, and she asked me to go with the family. So I was like, sure.
That sounds nice, actually. That's supposed to be one of the many wonders of the United States I've ever been. But that sounds like fun. Probably a good time to go too in this
I've
year.
been told that the temperature is going to be in the 20s for the
All right.
lows, 50s for the highs. So
All
I
right.
planned a summertime wardrobe, so now I'm having to rethink it.
Maybe bring
So,
a little bit of both. You never know, right? Layered clothing. So you
well,
can
I'm
peel
definitely
layers off.
not what you call a light packer to start with.
What?
So,
Leave the stuff at home. By the way, you should be getting a package from me by Saturday. Okay, so keep an eye out
okay.
for that. All right.
Thank
All
you for
right.
the birthday present in
So I know
advance.
it's a little early. You can always save it till then if you want. You don't want to open it right away. You
I'll
can
open it
always.
as soon as I get it. So,
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Cool beans. But cool stream, and we may not be back next week. Maybe 2 weeks. We're doing the Damien Omen 2.
yes.
The
Yeah, and I'm
first
just
time was a
saying
war.
probably not next week because I don't know what the internet's going to be like out there. So,
Yeah, I got you. So, all right, cool. Cool
but thank you
beans.
everyone for coming by. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the second Omen movie. And remember, adopt, don't shop. Rottweilers make wonderful dogs. Don't believe the hype of this movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we'll see y'all next week. Good night, everybody.